Hey, it's Jeff from United Campus Ministry, still across the street from Ridgewater College here in Wilmer, Minnesota. And we just wrapped up our 5th week of doing ministry for the students and staff at Ridgewater College. And we had 2 meals this week. And then I got really sick, so I didn't get to finish the video. But the highlights of this week were the questions of the day and then a couple other things that popped off from those. So we asked, the first question was, how do you make a big decision? And a lot of people did a lot of overthinking, or they thought about stuff, or they did research, or they talked to friends or someone with experience. And that's great. That's great. Only a few people said they prayed about it. And then one was, I love this. One student asked me, and I started telling the students, I don't have all the answers, but one really good piece of advice is ask the person who's asking the questions a question or what they think. It's usually they're trying to teach you something, so they might know something that you should consider. And we had one student do that, and it was really sweet. Didn't think about that until he did it. And I was like, that's you're the first kid that did that. Then the next day was, what's the next big decision you have to make? And trying to get these kids to think intentionally, kids and young adults and non-traditionals. So you have all these kids who have had a lot of decisions essentially made for them, and now they're going to start planning for keeps. Like, they're going to be making big decisions, big purchases, where to live, what careers to do, what jobs to take, where to move, who to marry, how to raise kids, and getting them to think about where God is in that, getting them to think about how to just like surrender things, how to think, and then trying to help them see that there are people around that care enough to ask them about those things. That was this week. And one of the sweet things was we had some impromptu mini Bible studies again. We had a great turnout at Joppa again. That's been growing. It's been filling the room, and having awesome discussion. But there were 2 moments this week I want to share before I get out of here. I had one young man who was about to lose his grandfather, asking, how does he do this? And then had a young lady who had lost her grandmother about 6 months ago and was really struggling with that. And walking kids through different areas of grief. I lost a couple of grandparents when I was in college, and I wasn't spiritually or emotionally equipped to handle those things in mature ways necessarily or at all. So I kind of just bottled it. But these kids trust us because we're invested in them, and we show up, and we're here, and we're consistent. And that's part of the purpose of this place. By the way, the advice I gave was tell stories. Tell stories that make you laugh, that make you cry. Tell the stories of how grandpa did things that don't tell your parents when he spoiled you, or how grandma just loved on you differently than anyone else ever did. And those are the things that really help you heal and help honor that person, and also help other people heal too. But that's also part of the reason why this ministry is so important. Students get seen here, they get known here. I was talking to the president of the school a couple weeks ago about that. We want to see students, and I told a church this weekend, I like to lovingly invade lives. And so that's why this is so important. That's why I think this building project is so important. The city of Wilmer is expanding this way. The college is going to be here for a long time, and I'm thinking the next generations of students, the next generations of this community around the school, they need to be seen, they need to be known, they need to be loved. And part of how we can do that is improving the building. and continuing these things and maybe doing things slightly differently, but just there's no doubt about it that I think it needs to be done. And yeah, so pray about it. Thank you in advance. We'll have more information coming soon. I know I say that quite a bit, but we're just piecing it together, and I'll get more information out there soon when we can. We're in the design phases right now. But yeah, this video's gone on long enough. Thanks for your support, and keep praying for us. We're having a lot of fun as we do this. God bless.